All right, off and firing right here. It's 65-7-9. Who's going to get that? Stacy. Cole shot. Whoa, they went by so quick, Jackson. I could barely read those little numbers. I lost the idea, and I thought it was Geek. Sawyer Geek out front on that 18 machine doing exactly what he needs to do. Sitting a point behind Alex Campili right now. So an early hole shot puts him in the early lead, puts him in the catbird seat. Look at this, 5 wide as we, 6 wide as we make our way through the 10 Commandments. One rider off the, 2 riders down. Look at that big cartwheel, Jackson, but like a rubber ball, bounces up. Man, he's headed for that bike. Get me back in this race. Holy cow, I love it. Right now, hot and heavy as they enter the red zone. Nobody a real breakaway. Geeks has plenty of company back behind him. Here comes the rest of the pack. And we're going to be 4 wide as we come back into the Storyland area, as we come back into Waterworks. Look at this. We have about a 4-way battle, 5-way battle for that second through 4th position. Geek makes a break for it on the number 18 machine. Look at this. That's 3 seconds, Jackson, we're looking at right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This one's going to keep timing and scoring on their toes. It looks like they're going every which way.
Yeah, this one's going to be a mathematical challenge right here as he makes a break for it. Look at the race we have shaping up right behind him. Here they come for the first time around the tree, back over the Kawasaki jump, down into the Polysport Beach. And Geek absolutely on fire. He has control of the race line, eating no roost. Right now he is in good position as he works his way around the Polysport Beach, down into the Bermuda Triangle, near the completion of lap number 1 for the number 18 machine. Works his way back right here below the tower, across the finish line, putting 1 in the book. And there it is, Sawyer Geek with the lead at number 1 position.
And it looks like we just had a change for 3rd over the finish line here. They're going side by side.
Yeah, I believe it was Jaden Smart, wasn't it? And Campili made that pass right there. Now, Campili, we talked about, he is in the driver's seat. He's got a 2-1. He's got 3 points. Sawyer Geek got 4. And I have to tell you, all he has to do is get up there and keep this race where it's at. We're going to have a tie.
We've saw plenty of good racing out of Jaden Smart this week. I've saw a lot of him. I know he's on the hunt this moto. They all know what they came here to do.
Yeah, the mission's the same, Jackson, when we talk about it. Everybody has a different way of prepping. Everybody has a different way of looking at it. But the ultimate goal is the same. And when I say that, the ultimate goal is ride to the best of your ability, achieve the best finish you can. But riders that are returning to the ranch, riders that have been here at least once or twice before, there's only one goal, and that's a championship.
Exactly.
This one, of course, won 20 minutes. This is our 65cc class, so not a 15-minute moto. This will be a 20-minute moto. When we look at our potential overalls, we see Sawyer Geik looking at a 1-3-1. Campili would be a 2-1-2. So as I said, we'd be looking at a possible tie right there. And of course, last moto would get the tiebreaker. So KK DePino 5-4-8 for 17. He's looking at a possible podium position as well. Then we look at Jaden Smart, only 1 point back, sitting on a possible 4-11-3 of 18. So man, oh man, big separation between a tie of 5 points and then the next guy is going to be at 17. So big separation in our finishes right there. Little inconsistency in these results, but as you take a look at our top 2 guys, doing exactly what they need to do, putting in consistent laps and getting consistent finishes.
And that's what these sponsors are looking for out here. They're looking for consistency as these guys go from the 65 classes up to the 85 to the Super Mini, all the way up. This is the time for them to show what they're made of here in the next few years.
And I'll drop a little knowledge on you too. They want to see that consistency, but they're looking for a total package. They're looking for somebody that's either still in school, plans on graduating, doing the on-track program, that type of thing. They want somebody that can be taught. They don't want somebody that knows it all, that has an attitude, or somebody whose dad is going to try to stick his fingers in every aspect of the situation. That's not what these managers are looking for. They're looking for somebody that will absolutely be a team player, and they can take the talents and attributes that they already have and polish them and turn them into champions.
Exactly.
Give us a rundown on the top 10 right now.
We got Sawyer Geek and out front, Alex.
Campigli in the number 2 spot.
Jalen Smart in the 3rd spot. Carter Gray, 4. Braxton Baldick in 5. Kaiki DePino in 6. Chase Vernon in 7th. Joseph Vicari in 8th. Brody
Birchery in that 9th spot, and Cade Nightingale rounding out that top 10. Got a little shake-up right there last time around. I believe Nightingale put himself up into that spot. Now, Sawyer Geek got our whole shot, 65-7-9 that we're watching right now. As he puts that thing to good use, take a look behind him. The gap now 3.4 back to Peely. That whole shot was everything in this moto. Sometimes it's not the big game changer, but in this one, giving Geek that clear track right now, allowing him to open that gap just a bit, allows him to put in the fast lap as well, 2:16.834.
Yeah, Geek took the whole shot, and he's led it the whole way around. He knew what he came here to do.
Putting the plan into action right now as they come down into the tree turn. One more time, look at this. There goes the 14 of Braxton Baldick around the outside. He's trying to make up some time on Carter Gray right now. Gray was protecting that inside, right in defensive as they come down into the beach right now. Wow, look how rough that turn's getting. Whoa. Was Baldick able to make the move? He's going to take the long way around, I believe. No. Oh. Carter Gray having a hiccup right there. He caught that rut. Braxton Baldick moving into the number 4 spot. And with that move, let's see, Braxton Baldick sits in the number 7 overall spot. We're looking at a possible 13, 8, and 4.
And he's consistently got better all week.
Yep. And that's the goal. That's the goal. You know, very few guys can come down here and go 1-1-1. Very few guys have that ability. And when we talk about each of these classes, well, the reason we have qualifiers, the reason we have areas and regionals is to bring the best of the best. You just can't pay your money, come down here and race Loretta Lynch. You have to earn your way in. So passing somebody here at the ranch isn't going to be as easy as passing somebody at your local race on Sunday afternoon by any means.
Yeah, and for anybody that's tuning in on Racer TV that's not familiar with the Lorettas, this is what you, in amateur motocross, this is the final destination. This is what you work for. Yeah,
this is it. And, you know, there's lots of majors out there as far as amateur races go. Lots of big, you know, we call them the Big Five, the amateur races. But this is the pinnacle. This is the penultimate goal right here of anybody. And look at this. Here comes that battle again, Jackson, as they make their way back just before Waterworks. This thing is far from over. There comes the 14, Braxton Baldick, still messing with Carter Gray. Goes to the outside. Carter Gray said, not yet. He cuts back to the inside right now. Now on this one, look at there. Carter Gray said, I'm going to take the short track. Well, what that does is that sets Braxton Baldick up for the next inside. So it is a game of strategy. And these youngsters right here, between 7 and 9 years old, using all of that experience they've gained over the last couple years. And it looks like Baldick's finally taking control of that number 4 spot. As soon as I say that, there comes Carter Gray sticking a wheel in. Looked like Baldick really had 2 or 3 bike lengths, but Gray, we talk about using that knowledge, really shortened that track up, stuffed that thing down to the inside, and right up on the rear wheel of Braxton Baldick one more time. Here we come down into the Bermuda Triangle. We are at just about the halfway point, so 9.5 minutes on, 10.5 minutes remain. That brings us to halfway point of this 20-minute moto. So Sawyer Geek out front, pulling away 4.4 last time around. A 2:18.0 for him, a 2:18.2 for your second place rider, Alex Campigli. Jaden Smart, 2:22.3, about 13 seconds back.
And it looks like Chase Brennan is coming into the picture here.
He is. Look at that. The number 33. Great call, Jackson. He has made himself roll. Whoa, drags a foot right there. Almost pulled him completely off the bike. But he has absolutely made himself relevant. Look at this. We now have a three-way battle between Brennan, Gray, and Baldwin.
This is their final moto here in the 65-79 limited class. They're going to go for it.
Yeah, championship on the line. Now, pretty secure situation back there for those guys. But what's not secure is the championship. We're sitting on a possible tie here. 1-3-1 for Geek and a 2-1-2 for Campigli. And I believe the tiebreaker is the final moto. So you'll be looking at Geek receiving the championship awards here. Eden Steinbrecher, he's sitting back here currently in that third position, 3-2-10 with 15 points.
And our top four is just going to be able to break away from, or our top three is going to be able to just break away from each other from the looks of things.
Right now with the pace and the line choice, and we keep talking about line choice, sound like broken records, it is obvious to see what lines are working and what lines aren't right now, and that shows in the lap times as well. Just as close as fifth position, all the way from a 2:18 down to a 2:26. So I'm telling you right now, that's line choice is exactly what that is.
And as we hit the halfway mark here, it's going to look like Sawyer Geeks in our first place position, Alex Campigli in the second place. We got Jaden Smart in third, Braxton Baldwick in the fourth place, Carter Gray in the fifth, Chase Brennan in sixth. In the seventh position, we got Brody Bircher. In eighth, we got Cade Nightingale. In ninth, we got Joseph Vicari. And in 10th, we got Aiden Steinbrecher.
Yeah, those are all the suspects right there, all the usual players. Those guys have put themselves in great position and given themselves what we keep referring to as opportunity. But the opportunity right now lies with Sawyer Geek and Alex Campigli right now. What's going to happen with these two running 1-2? They've each got moto wins in the bag right now, looking at a possible 1-3-1 or a 2-1-2 for Campigli. So all going to come down to the next 8 minutes of racing, Jackson. Going to be determined here in just a few moments. Anthony Hill from Super Mini 2, you're number 15. We need you to come to the MyLaps truck immediately. Anthony Hill, Super Mini 2, number 15. We need you to come to the MyLaps truck immediately, please.
And from timing and scoring, it looks like we might have a battle going on here for fourth place between Chase Brennan and Braxton Baldwick.
I think Alex Campigli closed that gap. I think it was around 13 seconds a couple laps ago. Now it's down to 4 seconds. Could be a battle for the lead.
Could be. They're turning very. Last time around, Sawyer Geek had a 2:17. Alex Campigli with a 2:18. So as of right now, Geek's able to do a second lap faster. There's a 5 second lap or 5 second gap in between them. We'll have to see what they're able to do.
Laps continue to burn down. Time continues to wind. Just about 6 minutes left in this one.
And if you look at the lap time difference from first and second with Sawyer Geek and Alex Campigli, 2:18, 2:17, and then after that, the third place with Jaden Smart, it's a I don't think that's right, but 2:41, and then fourth, 2:26. So that's almost 10 seconds that they are faster than the rest of the pack.
Yes, and the lap times have switched around. And for the first and second position, now Geek with a 2:18 and Campigli with a 2:17. Only a 3.7 second gap between them. We're just a little ways over the halfway mark. He still has the time to do it if he has the pace to do it.
Campigli with around, I think, maybe 2 or 3 more laps to try to make it happen. Maybe close in almost a second that last lap. So it'll be coming down to the wire as we close out the race.
So going to be picking up that 2-lap card here in just a moment. Do not see that it is out yet. So going to be picking it up this time around. Our leaders, as we look at Geek, Campili, Smart, Brennan, Baldock, Steinbrecher, Nightingale in that number 7 position, Gray in 8th, Bryson Woodman in the number 9 spot, and Brody Bircher in 10th. This one winding down into the late stages. Taking a look on camera at the number 22, that's Alex Campili right there. He's in that number 2 ride right now. Taking a look at the overall, of course, he's sitting there with a 2-1-2. So Campili, everything to gain here by making a pass. Get up there, get ahead of Geek, and this one is his title solely. If it finishes as it is, we have a title, we have a tie, and I believe the tiebreaker goes to the final moto. Yep, absolutely. So everything on the line right now for the number 22 gas machine, and you can see he's trying to bring it just out ahead of him, Sawyer Geek. Last time around 3.7 seconds, so a little further down the road this time. When we look at that gap, it's going to turn into actually 3.4, so he did pick up just a touch of time on him. So a little shorter distance, but running out of time at a rapid pace. Should be picking up the white flag next time around. I believe the 2-lap card is out now, as our 65-7-9 lives up to its expectations. The Sawyer Geek, Alex Campili, and Jaden Smart running 1, 2, and 3.
And the way they're running now, Eden Steinbrecher will get our 3rd place in the championship this week.
Yeah, you know, we're not sure how it's going to play out with them first 2 just yet. We got a tie so far. If Campili can make that move, the championship will be his. That will put Geek back into the 2nd position. Smart will remain in 3rd, but right now, as it sits, Geek is going to be the man. He's going to get the opportunity to go 1-3-1. Picking up that last moto win, going to give you the advantage. 2-lap card is out, so less than 2 laps remain in this one.
Sawyer Geek could just, you know, when you're in the lead, you want to hug the insides a lot. You don't really want to take those outsides, because if the person behind you, they take a lot of the insides, they can close the gap real fast on you. So if he just holds on to the insides and runs real smooth through all the lines, then I think we can pull this one off.
And as we come into lap traffic here, his line choice might have to be mixed up, depending on which way they go, depending on if they get out of his way or not. They're racing too, so.
Well, fellas, I got to ask you. Here we are. We're on Friday. You guys both part of the apprentice program. Time's starting to wind down just a bit. We got a moment here. Give me a takeaway from this week.
Man, I've loved it. I've enjoyed it so much. I've been up here with you guys. Y'all have been so nice to us. It's been a great time.
Jackson, well, we appreciate your great job as well.
Yeah, it's been a fun experience up here. I mean, you get to kind of see behind the scenes and stuff. You get a better view of the track than like if you were to come down here to just kind of watch. You get to meet a lot of people up here.
And interesting to work with the sound system and the timing. Whoa, your eyes just got big. Who was that?
That was Sawyer Geek going down.
No, it wasn't.
Wow.
We're sitting here talking about the apprentice program. We thought to say that goes to show nothing is a lock here at Loretta.
Anything can
Geek
happen.
is trying to get that thing running. We said Alex Campili would need to get that next spot to solidify a championship for him. Geek now watching spot after spot drive by. Wow, total disaster here with less than 2 laps to go for the number 18 Sawyer Geek. Wow, unbelievable. So we're going to see what happens to Geek, where he gets up, where he's running at after this one. White flag is going to come out this time around, and I have to tell you, Jackson, nobody was expecting that, and that's part of the ranch. That's what's happened. We talk about time winding down. We talk about losing concentration, that type of thing, getting a little pumped up, maybe hitting the wall or starting to tank. Not sure what the problem was there, but total disaster for the number 18 Sawyer Geek.
And we'll see what this does to Eden Steinbrecher's hopes of a championship. This should move him up in points a little bit, depending on how Geek is able to get up and going.
I got to believe that's going to put Steinbrecher in 2nd position. Campili's going to be in contention for the championship, of course, I believe that would definitely put Steinbrecher in contention for that second place overall right now, because Geek definitely gave up some positions.
And I believe when Sawyer, when he fell, I think his bike was smoking a little bit. So I'm not sure if he has bike problems or if his bike is okay.
Oh, good observation. I didn't notice the smoke coming from the bike. Was it coming from like the head pipe, or was it coming straight out the exhaust?
I think out of the exhaust. But when he picked it up, I think it might have stopped.
Well, folks, here it goes right there. There it is. There's the checkered flag. Alex Campili takes the Moto win and the championship. You can see the sigh of relief right there as the goggles come off. And see the adulations down there on pit road as he makes his way straight up onto the podium.
He said,
Campili. Yeah, a little victory rev right
he
there,
said,
Jackson.
I don't need no water. I don't need nothing. Get me up here on the podium.
Yeah, forget your towel. Forget that water, bro. Get me up here and give me some hardware. Wow, fantastic. Total heartbreaker, though, for Geek coming out of Alpine, Wyoming. Now, is that showing me right there? Let's see. As we work our way down, it is going to show Geek in that second position. Jaden Smart out of Berry Creek in that number 3 ride. Going to get an update on that here real quick before we make our way down to the podium. Coming up next, looks like we've got Senior 40 plus in the house coming up next. Going to move to our mini Senior 2, take a short intermission, and get right into the second half of our day. So right now, Jaden Smart in that second spot in the Moto. So Campili followed by Smart and Brennan. 1, 2, and 3, and there it is, the 22 machine up on the podium of Alex Campili. Fantastic job by him. Jaden Smart right now. Smart finishing in the second spot in the Moto, and Chase Brennan knocking down a third for the Moto as well. Riders continue to check in. That's going to be Geek in that 4th position. So he's going to be looking at second overall. That's going to put 1, 3, 4 for Geek. Steinbrecher's going to hang in there for a 3, 2, 5. Going to round out the podium. Guys, we're going to send it down to you here in just a moment. Going to remind everybody coming up next, Senior 40 plus, followed by Mini Senior 2, 13 to 15, before a short intermission and make our way into the second half of today's racing.
Well, that's one of the wildest ones you'll see, and that's what it's all about here when you're dueling for titles at Loretta's. It was a last lap winner-take-all battle. You got to feel bad for Sawyer Geek, who went over the bars. Campili was there applying the pressure. Whoever won the Moto was going to win the title, and Campili pulls it out on the very last lap. We'll talk to him in a moment, but we're looking for Chase Brennan, who ends up with the bronze. And then Jaden Smart took second in that Moto. So we're looking for Smart and Brennan, and we'll hand out some medals, and then we'll unfold the championship story with the number 22. Chase?
Alex.
No, okay, we'll do you third. You can hang out here if you want. Third place. There we go. We got it. All right, here we go. We got our bronze medalist, and it's the big battle here, too. It's here for Chase Brennan. John, I really messed myself up now. That was a wild Moto, man. Tell me about it.
Got off to a decent start and fell in the back, and it took me like 15 seconds to get up, and then my bike was still running, then just didn't give up and charged a second.
That is awesome. Who do you want to thank?
Mom, Dad, ALT, Clover Hill, PAX Racing, B-Ray, SSR, Asterix, and everybody else. Thank you.
Let's hear it for Chase Brennan, third place. Great job. I need Jaden Smart, who's going to take the silver medal. And a good run by Jaden Smart. He's a podium veteran here at Loretta's. Jaden Smart takes second place. Here, just move over to center here a little bit. How'd that moto go, Jaden?
It was good. I got a pretty good start, and I fell down in the middle of the moto and then just charged as fast as I could to not get past.
All right, who do you want to thank?
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, Cobra Motorcycles, Tyson, DRS Suspension, Dunlop, Fox, Ruse, Golden Country Casino, Justin Costello from State Farm, Skyline Steel, CP Racing, Papa John, my friend Foss, and everybody else that helped me. Thank you.
Jaden Smart, everyone. Good job, Jaden. Let's bring our champion on up, and he does it. Last lap battle. It all came down to who wins the moto, and he won it. Alex Campili. I can't even imagine how hard you were pushing those last couple laps to try to close that gap. That must have been as hard as you could go.
Yeah.
You saw him. I'm sure you got to the white flag. You saw him. Did you see the crash right there?
Yes.
What's going through your mind when you're in a battle like that?
Just charge.
That's it. Who do you want to thank?
I'd like to thank my mom and dad, Dirt Bike Kids, CP Racing, Fast House, DRS, Game Moto, RJR, Pirelli, Oakley, and everyone else. Thank you.
All right, and he's got another showdown coming later. Let's hear it for your champ. I want to bring Tad from the AMA on up to the stage. He'll hand out the #1 plate. One more time, Alex Campili.